Friday.
You're not here.
I won't be here, I'll be with them Saturday morning. I'd like to get everything on this side done as far as welding is concerned. Get that done on the little bit that we gotta fill in on the rear torque box. If you come over tomorrow, you can work on grinding the rest of these welds off, grind the welds off that pinch seam in the back, get that all ready to go. What were you planning on doing tomorrow if you did come? I can leave that there, Beth.
Oh, you want me to leave here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless, you guys
Well,
can
no,
come
I-
over tomorrow. We're in a flight path.
Like I said, it all depends on how my day goes and, yeah. Like I said, we'll be here Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday I'll be able to work.
Saturday we'll probably get here at 10 o'clock.
I'll work.
And then
I'll have a fire down
9:30
there.
to 10 o'clock Saturday, and then Sunday, like I said, if it's frozen, I'm home at 8 in the morning. And we'll probably come out 3 or 4 hours and then go home a decent time.
Hey guys, welcome back out here to Mongo's Garage. Chad and Beth just left. It's Saturday afternoon. We're going to go ahead and get into what we got done here today and this week on General Norman, which of course everybody knows is a 1969 Dodge Charger owned by my buddy Chad. And we're out here trying to get things done, trying to make things a lot better than they were, getting the metal work done so that he could go ahead and get this thing primed up, which we'll be doing here shortly, and then start the body work and get everything going that way. But for the most part this week, we went ahead and did a whole lot more grinding. They got the interior just about completely done, and we'll show you that here in a little bit. But as far as most of all, the welding is complete now. I did get the quarter panel extension on the rear that was giving me a lot of problems. We got that done, and I got both wheel wells all the way done up. We got a bunch of the little holes in the floor taken care of, but so for the most part, General Norman is coming right along, and he's definitely looking a lot better. Let's take a look. I'll give you a walk around. So like I said, this week we went ahead and got all of the major welding done, which essentially took care of everything up inside of these wheel wells. You can see that I did fully weld the inner and outer wheelhouse together. Got all that taken care of. And I did that on both the front and the rear. But for the most part, it was just to take care of a bunch of little holes that were in it that needed to be taken care of. So we got the inner and outer wheel wells all welded together up on the top, and this is the passenger side, and you can see much of the same. All the way around, all of the patches are done and welded in. The wheel arches, all of the rosettes are welded up. This is the good side, the passenger side on the rear. And this is the driver's side on the rear. This is that side that was all tore up. As you can see there, we went ahead and got it looking a lot better than it did. The factory trunk floor on the outside was super thin, this edge along here, and we had to do a little bit of extra work there to make sure that that was all in good condition. I did go ahead, this quarter panel here, there's a little sliver of a patch right here so that I could bring these together in the same regard to where they're nice and flush here on the end. This one was short just a little bit. So now you can see that everything is nice and flush and looking good on that. Looks just like the other side. Down here, you can see where it's flushed up there. But I got all these welds ground off. That one there, one there. And then, like I said, we did do a lot of the small little holes in the floor. The trunk floor was in really nice shape, but there's little ones all over the place. There was one here. You can see that. There's one down here. That one's been taken care of. The torque boxes are completely in. One thing Chad has been doing every time before we flip this thing over, he is blowing the frame rails out and blowing everything out that we possibly can, trying to get all the dust out of it from the thing was sandblasted. There is a ton of dust left in this car. So over here on this side, we can see a lot of what they have been doing here. Beth has been pretty much at the interior herself. Chad helps while I'm welding, but he's trying to also make sure that, you know, I don't need anything, and keep an eye on what's going on with all of that. So the interior is coming along really nice. Up under the dash, like we were talking about, is all looking really good. The only thing left to do in here is going to be these small little holes. That's in the driver's footwell there, and then you come back here and there is some blistering that's going to have to be taken care of, and there's also some down here on the passenger side. So we'll get that stuff taken care of. That's going to be one of the last big jobs that we have to do. The trunk itself is looking pretty good as well. I'm going to have to get back up in here and clean these welds up from the inside. You can see there, like I was talking about, how I fully welded that seam on the inner and outer wheelhouse. I'm just going to need to clean that up both sides, left and right. But for the most part, there are a couple welds in here from whenever this pan was put in that are going to need, the rosettes are going to need welded off, and some filled, as you can see there. That doesn't look the best. Got a little hole right there that's going to need to be filled in. Won't be too bad. But for the most part, the trunk is looking really good. Chad was working on it today quite a bit, trying to get it into shape. So there's a really good shot of the whole car. Of course, it's on its side here on the rotisserie. And again, really busy with all the detail work this week, trying to get things ready to go. And it looks really nice and shiny here. And it is really nice and shiny. We want to keep it that way. We had a lot of rain there on Thursday. And actually I had to stay home from work Friday and fix the driveway. I wanted to keep this dry, so I actually kept the fire burning out here all day in order to keep the humidity and stuff in the garage down, keep the floor dry. And we did a pretty good job, because I did not want this car to flash rust after all the work that Chad, Beth, and myself have put into it thus far. So yeah. All right, guys, so that's what we did this week. General Norman is definitely coming along. We're a whole lot closer now than we were when we first started on the project. We really do appreciate everybody watching and keeping up with us as we progress along. If you want to go back and see what we did on our last project, you can go ahead and see that video over here. But in the meantime, thank you, and make sure you like, subscribe, and leave us a comment down at the bottom. All right, guys, Mongo's out.